we're sitting here with 4 cameras in front of us, and we're talking about our own struggles. And when you talk about it, make it public, you realize other people have those same struggles. This overthinking thing is something that bogs every content creator down. If you are building a platform, meaning you wanted to get it monetized, you're trying to build up your engagement, your views, your likes, whatever, focus on that platform.
Why you see the same videos over and over and over on YouTube, because people are always making the content that makes the most money.
Right. That passion is going to show, that genuinosity, you're going to appear to be more genuine on camera if you are passionate about what you're talking about versus you forcing yourself to talk about a certain subject.
I feel you.
What's going on, everybody? It's me, Mark. Welcome back to the Content Bebop, a show, a podcast, whatever this is, where we just talk about creating content. Have you figured it out yet? No,
that's pretty good. Okay. Let's get into it. Top 5 struggles for a new YouTuber. Finding a niche. So, how'd you come up with your niche? Well, what is your niche?
That's a good. No, my niche is creating content for Black nerds and people of color.
Interesting.
And exploring the blurred space through their perspective and the struggles and things that they deal with.
Oh, that sounds good, man. I'm not even here to fake the funk with you. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing. To be honest with you, I'm still trying to figure it out. Something with cameras, but I think I want this to be struggles for new YouTubers by new YouTuber. Well, new YouTubers. Are you still considered a new YouTuber?
Yeah, because I definitely haven't made a living off of it, and I'm definitely still a micro channel. Okay. You still have micro channels. Okay. It's a struggle.
Okay. I didn't want to mislabel you. I didn't know if you wanted to be professional or you still consider yourself new or whatnot.
What is a professional in content creation?
Making money. Making a living.
Oh, then I am not a professional.
All right, then. Well, so find a niche. Overthinking. I think that's always an issue. People always overthink things. I don't know. We just get in our heads too much. I feel like I definitely, especially us as artists, we tend to do that a lot. When ultimately you really just got to get started. But it's a balance because you don't want to just get started and not know what you're doing. So it's that's why the overthinking happens. It's called analysis paralysis. That's how we get it.
I agree. Overthinking is the biggest issue, especially with me personally. Because you will just start thinking about how you want to do something, and literally try to think about every aspect of it, and you just bog yourself down. Literally, just forcing yourself to have anxiety about completing the project that you want to do. So sometimes it is best to just jump into it. Like for example, if you're just nervous about starting your own podcast while you're recording, that's the situation. You just got to jump into it. Get out your head. You should already, by now, with you having X, Y, and Z number of podcasts, have a script and know how to just go in and do it. But I get it. I freeze up when you hit record too. Another thing, like overthinking. Just being stuck in your head and being complacent, that usually prevents you from just doing anything and even completing projects altogether. I'm a big habitual abuser of that one right there.
I think we all are. And I don't want to just all be negative. So a way to overcome this, how would you what are some things you've done to overcome the overthinking?
Again, just do it. Like I've froze up on, should I post this video? Should I not post this video? Should I record? Should I not record? And sometimes you just got to get your head and do it. Sometimes it helps to just talk with other people and just talk it out.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, let's go.
There's no guide to how to be a content creator, how to be a YouTuber. There's no right or wrong way to do it. They're just things you can do to help you along, if that makes sense. But I found out, like, talking with you.
Yeah.
We're sitting here with 4 cameras in front of us, and we're talking about our own struggles. And when you talk about it, make it public, you realize other people have those same struggles. This overthinking thing is something that bogs every content creator down, not just you or I. So once you upload this and the comments start rolling in and people are like, yeah, that's one thing I struggle with too, it's gonna in the long run help. It's a therapy thing, if that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, a lot of times I just put myself on a time limit because I thought I was over it, but I found myself doing it the other day, overthinking, coming up with a name for something that I was going to start. Just coming up with a name. It's taken me, I'm embarrassed to admit how long, but a long time to just come up with a name for something. So a lot of times I just put myself on a time limit because the more important thing is to just get started. Like,
true.
Even if it's not right, you just get started and you'll figure it out on your way. to figuring it out. You'll make the adjustments. You'll change. It's not the end of the world to change the name of a YouTube channel. You can always change your handle, change your Instagram, whatever. It's very simple to do.
Well, hold on. I want to say you can only change your YouTube channel name once.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can only change it once.
Oh, I thought you could just go in there because I just changed the name of another channel. Maybe that was my one chance.
Yeah, you can only do it once because I learned out the hard way because I misspelled my channel name, remember?
All right.
And I changed it and it was misspelled and I'm stuck with a misspelled name. Otherwise, you have to just recreate a whole nother channel.
I think another big issue that new YouTubers deal with is just sticking to a routine.
Yeah, I agree.
Sticking to a routine is tough, For myself, it helps me to like batch record to kind of shoot these things. That's why even if you look personally at my channel, a lot of them are now old because they've been shot such a long time ago that they have not been put out. Right. But you set yourself just up on the schedule and setting a routine. Like, hey, you just tell yourself, hey, every Monday, every Tuesday, whatever day, at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever time. Hey, this is the time I'm going to record. Again, it kind of can go back to the overthinking because people tend to, what time to upload? I don't know. Like, just don't overthink it. Put it out. People will find it. And over time, YouTube gives you the analytics. Yeah. It'll tell you when's the best time to post. True. So sticking to a routine is important, and it is tough a lot of times for new YouTubers. But, it's one of those things, too, that just comes with time, I agree. Figure it out as we go.
I agree. The routine you set should just work for you. Like you said, if you're gonna shoot, and it does depend on your niche. Depends on what you're doing. You for example, you do podcasts, so it makes sense for you to have a guest over and shoot 2, 3, 4 episodes at a time, and then just edit them, paste them out, release them, whatever. Right. Because what you're doing is not based off like certain time limits, like SEO, and talking about certain subject matters. For me, like we talked about this back at MomoCon, like I told you, I want to shoot enough content to have one video for every week, just in case if I can't shoot anything else while I'm at this convention or doing this particular thing. And you kind of laughed at me for that, but then we talked about it.
Oh, I laughed at you?
Not in like a negative way, but you was like, oh, that's dumb. And then after I explained, you was like, oh no, that's actually a really smart idea. Like, yeah, I'm posting MomoCon videos in December, but like I have content set aside that I can just post whenever I need. Yeah, there you go.
I see. Now I see why I was laughing. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. All right. Stick to the routine and be sure everybody use the YouTube scheduling feature. Yes. That's something. I know before we started recording, you said something you dealt with. I never really had a problem. I like seeing. You said you didn't like seeing the videos.
Well, for me, I had to get used to the idea of posting a video and sitting on it because remember when I started my YouTube channel, I was doing reviews and you can't sit on review videos. You got to post those because you're chasing SEO. But then once I pivoted to something like doing interviews and doing podcasts and just other vlogs and stuff, I'm like, hey, I like the idea of seeing 6, 7, 8, 9 videos just stacked up, scheduled to go. So my members can have early access to videos and things like that, and I can just post them when I feel like it. Well, I had a video that fell on my lap, and I felt like it was going to get a lot of views because of something that actor was doing at the time, and I was right. The Ryota Ozawa interview.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
that one kind of blew up because I just waited to post it until that actor was doing something big, and it just started blowing up. It had nothing to even do with what the interview was about. It was just that actor's name was being searched a lot. That helped me out.
That makes perfect sense.
And then, just having a nest of videos to sit on, it eases that overthinking issue of like you having to get the content out. Because my thing was, like I said, I was doing reviews on things like that, and you got to get that out really quickly, or I'll be at a convention like, oh, I got to get this vlog up of this convention up during this convention. That's 3 or 4 days of me shooting, filming, and editing, not sleeping. And I got to get the video up before I leave this con, and that's really hard to do, actually.
It is.
So, yeah, once I started, just let the videos build up, it eased my overthinking. It eased that tension of, I got to get something out. And then, you're not thinking, what's the next video going to be? Now, let me hurry up and edit the next video.
Yeah. No, I understand. Like I said, I get it. It's just not something I liked seeing that, personally, the videos stacked up. It makes me feel good.
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah,
I get it now.
Yeah, I feel. All right, so dealing with negative comments. That's the next one, right? So, how do you deal with them? Have you got negative comments yet?
I've gotten a few, but it's really been kind of far in between. And most of the negative comments I get is when I'm commenting on other people's stuff on other platforms.
Oh,
but
what platforms are the most negative?
TikTok.
Oh, of course, I knew that. I think everybody knows that. TikTok is just full of negativity.
Like, it thrives off negativity, but then when
does.
you respond to it, you get content violations. So that one's weird. Like, how can I be called a ninja by this person, and then when I make content about this person calling me a ninja, I get flagged? So
yep, that's wow, what a world we live in. But yeah, man, dealing with negative comments, I think it's just about fixing your mindset and to not take these things personally. Look, people, a lot of times people say things, they comment things that are just on, it's just a reflection of what they're thinking. Like, it's not, they don't even know you. Like, they're just
warriors.
They're just keyboard warriors, Like, don't take this stuff personally from these people. I know it's a tough one because we're artists. We're sensitive, right? Yeah. We're all sensitive, right? Yeah. So it can be a little, it can be a little tricky, but I think when you can streamline your vision to focusing on the goal and why you're posting the content in the first place,
agreed.
It doesn't bother you as much.
Right. The best thing I could say about negative comments is just ignore it altogether.
You could.
You could even be the turn the other cheek person and like diffuse it and comment like, "Hey, thanks for your feedback." Blah.
That's
blah,
what
blah,
I've been
whatever.
doing. That's what I've done.
I can't say what I want to say on your channel because I know what you trying to get monetized. So okay.
I do that. I tell people, hey, thanks for watching. Check out this video, and I just put a link to another video or something. Like, hey, thanks for your opinion. Yeah, whatever. Go watch this video.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. because
I don't be taking this stuff personally, man. People are just numbers, and
I get that. I do get that. Negative comments is one thing if it's just one person, one troll, whatever. But then when thousands of people
I've never gotten thousands. I'll be honest. I'm not.
I haven't gotten that either, but I've seen like other content creators
probably hurt you a little more.
Crash out and make whole videos responding to it and destroy their whole platform.
Yeah, no, I could see that. But fortunately, I hadn't dealt with that yet. It's just the one or two every once in a while crazy person.
Right. Those just ignore. Yeah. Or do what you said. That's a more peaceful solution. Don't listen to me.
Solution. Just hey man, whatever. Also, a couple notes. I wrote some down. So it was like you could turn off the comments if it's bothering you that much. You could turn off comments, but I just think that's not the best way to go.
I don't think so because that hurts your engagement.
It hurts your engagement. I've never seen, and I don't know. It just kind of makes you look
weak.
You know what? Yes, I'm gonna stop trying to be so PC. I think it just makes you look weak. Like, just take the comments. Like, if people, whatever. Like, and I know that's tough to say but it truly is just as easy as that, man. You gotta brush this stuff off.
Right.
Like, let the comments come in. People gonna say what they want to say. And also, if you're getting one comment over and over and over again, as long as it's not like straight bullying or straight evil stuff, then maybe they have a point to it. Right. Like maybe if they're constantly complaining about how your intros are too long or whatever.
I've gotten those.
I'm sure you have.
Or why is the audio so bad? Why is this out of focus or blurry? Trial and error, man. I'm just learning.
So they're not even being mean.
They're not even.
That's
being
the point.
Mean.
You have to take it as constructive criticism.
That's what
Ooh,
I'm so glad you said that.
Maybe intro's too goddamn long.
Yes.
Maybe it's out of focus. Like, just address it. Hey, sorry, we'll fix it for the next one. It ain't even got to be the end of the world. Just plus you comment now. You got 2 comments. You doubled your comments. Just comment under the person saying something crazy.
Right.
You've doubled your engagement. Like, just keep it moving.
Before we go to the next one, you said something. Constructive criticism. And us as artists, we have to learn what is constructive criticism and what is just someone being negative. Constructive criticism is when someone provides actual feedback about the product or the project that you're working on. Like you just said, the audio is messed up. The footage is out of focus. The intro is too long. That's feedback. You may not like it. You may love the video and think everything's perfect about that video. That's not what the general audience sees. The general audience ain't going to get it. And then you can go, oh, you're subjective. There's a, because I almost said something. But it is subjective. Take it as constructive criticism. If they're attacking you, like, oh, you're fat, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, ignore those people. But people that are offering general feedback,
yes,
your video's too long. Why didn't you ask this question? Or next time you could do this or do that. That's just general feedback.
It is, man. It is.
And I feel like a lot of artists these days are just too sensitive and too like oh, this project is my baby and it's perfect and it's my child and you can't talk anything or say anything negative that I don't that I disagree with or whatever about my thing. Stop all that. That's crazy.
I agree, at the risk of getting canceled for voicing my opinion. I do think people just stop getting offended by everything. Like, just you're putting it out to the world. The world is going to comment. Like, just it is what it is. Like, just take it, keep it moving. Like it's not going to be the end of the world. I promise you. You have to, once you give the world something, you have to be open to accepting what the world's going to give you back.
Right.
It's just how it is. Unless you're not giving it to the world. If you got like a private community and you've allowed some negative person to come in, then of course, yes, this is a very private place. But a YouTube video, because we're talking about YouTube,
right?
It's
Let
the
it
world.
go.
Let it go. It's the world. Like people, all, and you know how negative the world is right now. So people out here looking for things to be mad about. So don't take this stuff personally.
We do live in a weird timeline.
We do. Yes, we do. Another one is using moderators. These are just solutions to alternatives to dealing with these negative comments, as opposed to turning them off, which I do think is the weakest answer to it. I mean, but obviously you can do that, but I do think it's the worst response to negative comments. I think the next best thing would be to use moderators. YouTube has a feature where you can add someone as a moderator to your channel, and they can go through and like filter out, take out the bad comments and stuff like that.
Even when you're posting videos, you can have just the AI filter out certain keywords and things like that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you getting that, man. You know it. So, yep, YouTube has a feature where you can just filter out negative words. You can literally go through your settings, and I think it's under, I can't remember, the general settings. And
it's under the general setting. No, it's under the advanced settings when you're posting. Yes. And in the comments part, you just hit the little scroll down thing and filter out keywords, things like that.
Yep.
I've never done it.
I've done it, but just basic words. But I feel like people don't post as bad of words that I put in the filter anyway.
That is true.
So you maybe don't have to do it, but YouTube also filters them for you anyway.
Right.
You can hold them for, or you can choose to. You can choose to hold certain comments for review, and you can set its level of strictness. Like it can be like moderately strict, super strict, or every comment has to go through you first. I don't know how you
that gets annoying because I did accidentally set it up one time where I had to approve every comment. I was like, nope.
Again though, it does depend on what kind of community you're building. If you're building a community of a very small niche, very very niche small set of people, then maybe you do want some sort of, especially if you're dealing with like a sensitive subject or a sensitive topic, or you have you're dealing with a sensitive issue like politics or something like that, then maybe you'd want to protect your community. But for most of us, I think just let people comment,
right.
and keep it civilized, and just try to focus on the growth, not the criticism. Like again, it just goes back to focusing on why you're here in the first place. Focus on growth, focus on doing better, and not the negative comments.
I agree. And one more thing to add to that: if you do engage with negative comments, don't go back and forth.
All
this and that and arguing in the comments, because people will see that. It's crazy because I see it all the time on Facebook. I see it all the time on TikTok. Oh my god, TikTok. That should be an episode by itself.
You should be. You really shouldn't do that.
But yeah, just like the back and forth, it will always make you look bad, even if you are in the right, even if you are righteous or whatever, even if your community agrees with you. Going back and forth with trolls and people who leave negative comments is just gonna, it makes you look bad. Because at the end of the day, they're doing it to just fire you up and rile you up.
They are. They don't have anything better.
Right. They're getting their poops and giggles out of it when you go back and forth with them. Just do what you said. Do that passive thing. And like, hey, thanks for the feedback. And here's a link to another video. Do that.
Dude, plus, if you build a strong enough community, they'll fight for you.
My God. I love my community. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like nerd out. But
I get it.
That has happened.
I'm not there yet, but I get it.
Yeah. I've had my community just before I even made a comment or said anything, they just in the comments battling for me on a certain video. And it wasn't even that the person's comment was negative. They just disagree with my opinion and was like, no. But they were in the wrong because, like, clearly they just had some misinformation or whatever. But, like, you know, the dude said something, and then this one dude that commented on every video was like, no, you ain't finna talk about blerdography like this. I was like, oh, snap. All right. I'm just sit back and watch this unfold live while I edit this video. Cool.
No, that's true, man. So that's why I'd say it's best to ignore it again. If you just like drama, though, yeah, go for it. A lot of people like drama. People love drama. They love it. No doubt about that.
Entertainment by itself. But if you're building a brand, stay away from drama.
If you're building a brand, you're trying to do something professional, stay away from that stuff, man. If you just posting what you bought at Target today, who cares? You know, like whatever.
Right.
Posting on multiple platforms is another issue. Moving on, you know, posting on multiple platforms is an issue, man. That I'm sure you know about.
I am learning this the hard way as we speak. I'm literally checking my phone right now for email responses for stuff I have to deal with.
Is it something you can talk about?
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on.
Get it out, man.
Had to clear my throat for this one. If you are building a platform, meaning you wanted to get it monetized, you're trying to build up your engagement, your views, your likes, whatever, focus on that platform and use other social media platforms as a vehicle to drive or engagement and users to YouTube. I learned the hard way that just because you use certain tools like CapCut and you can just, for the sake of convenience, literally hit one button and upload that video to every single one of your platforms at the same time, that does not necessarily mean it's good. The reason why I say that is because at the moment, I am in the process of trying to get monetized. Obviously, that's the goal of everyone that's on YouTube. They want to get monetized.
Yep.
I got monetized. It felt nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then 4 days later, I was demonetized.
That's not funny.
It's not funny, but like I can laugh about it now, even though I'm gonna go home and cry about it.
I'm sure you are.
I am. But you know, 4 days later, they demonetized me and they said you reuse content. And I was like, what is that? I barely understood what that is, and I had to do a lot of digging and figure out what reuse content is. Basically, in the case of me, I'm not stealing other people's content. First thing I want to say, YouTube uses an AI algorithm called Genesis to verify all their applications for monetization in the YouTube partnership program. Is something that Google uses. And they go off audio cues. So they'll go through your content, and because AI can't decipher video, they just go off the audio cues, and they'll check the validation of that audio and see where else on the internet has that been posted.
Yeah.
And I've made the mistake. I thought this was a good idea, but I guess it's a mistake. I would post to other social media platforms first and then post that same video to like YouTube for like a short or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm thinking I'm promoting these long form videos, so I'm creating these 1 minute shorts to post on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or wherever else to bring traffic back to the long form video. I thought that was ingenious. I thought I was breaking YouTube doing that.
That's funny. You broke it, all right.
No, YouTube broke me. YouTube broke me. Said, "Oh, you made this amount of money this week, but guess what? You can't have it."
Dang, man.
And then I'm like, can you I thought fair use was just common sense if you're re-uploading your own content. No, it's not. Fair use apparently don't work that way.
Fair use is very tricky on YouTube. I would recommend everybody just stay away from it. Unless you have an actual strategy behind it, it's tricky.
It is tricky. Or just edit the crap out of whatever even if it's a Google image, reverse it, raise, lower the content, the contrast, change the tint of it, put it upside down, do something, like change every aspect of any element that you put in your videos that you did not create yourself. Even if it's your own videos and you're creating shorts, do something more different than just going to CapCut, putting a picture on the top and the bottom, and just cutting out a minute segment of your own video. Apparently, that's a no-no.
No, I get you, man. It's very strange, 'cause I've seen people literally just steal other people's videos, and they're monetized. So I don't.
Yeah, and all they do is add a Gaussian blur to the background, and I'm like, but I can't. I do that with my own content, and I get demonetized.
Yes, that's some crazy stuff, man.
I can't tell you how many. Like, it's NFL season right now. I'm a huge football fan.
Yeah.
I'll go on YouTube and watch like sports clips and stuff like that, thinking, oh, this is coming from ESPN, this is coming from NFL. It's something called Bangladeshi channel, and it's a Bangladeshi or Indian channel, and halfway through the video, some dude talking about something in the language I don't understand, and they're coloring with their kids, and then they go back to the footage, and then it's slanted to the side when they go back to the footage. And I'm just like, but this channel is monetized? Yes. They have 10 whatever million subscribers, and I can't even reuse my own content. This makes no sense.
No, I agree. That's some crazy stuff.
It is some crazy stuff.
But that's why I say, don't trip. We're going off on a little tangent, but don't trip. Just do what they say do.
You asked me to talk about it.
I did. Go through the appeal process. It'll be okay. Because they just need to see,
Another thing about the appeal process.
Yep.
So you gave me the suggestion to talk to the YouTube Help Center before I do the appeal.
Okay, yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
In my particular situation, they were not able to help me. The only thing they were able to do was submit an appeal for me.
Oh, okay.
Because I guess the issue is it's the bulk of my channel. If it was like one video or a handful of videos, maybe they would have been able to do more. But like after talking with them for an hour and a half last night, they was like either they will submit the appeal on my behalf, or I can submit the appeal because I'm able to do so. And I just got to submit it. And then once I submit it and get whatever information back from that, then I can hit them up and try to escalate things like that. That's just a going through it tip, because I'm going through it and finding out this information in real time. That's something even I got on my TikTok. Was like, hey, this is how you do this in this particular situation for the appeal. But
no, that's good information, man, because people don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
The monetization process, you don't know much about it until you get it. They don't tell you a lot of stuff. They don't even tell you like what videos are worth. You don't know your CPM, your RPM till you get monetized.
Right.
Like, because you saw the little, you only have 4 days to look. I don't know if you saw it, but you can see on your videos how much each video makes.
And it definitely
shows you the CPM for each video.
I saw that.
So that's a little tidbit. That's why you see the same videos over and over and over on YouTube, because people are always making the content that makes the most money.
Right.
If it doesn't make a lot of money, people don't talk about it. It's like, why are we talking about something that don't make a lot of money?
Exactly.
If it's making me 20 cents every 1,000 views, then I'm not going to make that. They're going to make the video that's $15 every 1,000 views. So anyway,
I got one video that got 1 penny.
Oh goodness!
I'm trying to figure out how to get 1 penny, and this short got $15. All right,
that's crazy. Yeah, the short $15. That's a lot of money for a short.
It is a lot of money for a short. We'll talk about it.
All right, off camera. All right. Okay, so moving on. Staying motivated. That's another hard.
That is the hardest part of this.
Hard thing for YouTubers. Yeah, it is tough, man. Just because you don't really know what's coming. You don't know. You don't know if what you're doing is going to be worth it in the end, Because again, like I just said, you don't really even know how much money you're making till you get monetized.
Right.
You did all that work to get monetized. Now you find out your channel only has like a $3 CPM. It's like, what have I been doing this for? Can't keep doing this for $3, but
exactly.
Yeah.
But since we are on the subject of staying motivated, especially while you're getting your 4,000 watch hours, while you're getting your 1K subscribers or 10 million shorts views, whatever the case may be, you got to stay not only positive about the content you're making, and just make it as engaging as possible and try to get feedback from the audience you're building up. You got to be passionate about what you're doing, because like you said, you don't know what's coming down the line. You don't even know when or if you're going to get monetized. I started my channel back in February 2021. I didn't get serious about it until MomoCon of 2022. Basically, it took me from May of 2022 to this past October, we're in 2024 now, to get my channel monetized.
Yeah.
And that's getting the 4K watch hours. That's getting the 1,000 subscribers. Building an audience that's going to actually engage and looks forward to your videos and things like that. You just got to be passionate. That's the one thing that will help you keep being motivated. Too, building the audience. when you start getting people who just comment on your videos naturally without you forcing them to or you begging them to, that feels good.
It does.
When some
good.
random person you don't know or some username you've never seen or heard before, and like, oh man, this was a really good video. I didn't know all this and that, or oh, this is a cool blah blah blah. That makes you feel so good.
Oh yeah, it does.
Like,
it's like, it's all been worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. Just for that one comment. It's not a great video. It's not Marcel using one of his 15 different accounts to just, there you go, or one of your other friends, or it's somebody genuine. That feels good. And I'd rather have like 100 of those people than 1,000 just numbers.
I feel. Yeah, no, I agree. With you.
And I'm trying to think one more thing to be motivated. This is just what worked for me. And just because I have a more business mindset. The potential of making money is a good motivator. Sometimes.
No, it is. It definitely is, man. But however, don't focus on the numbers,
I agree, don't focus on the numbers.
That was one of the points I wrote down. Try not to focus on the numbers, especially in the beginning. And I know that's contradictory, but just knowing that you will make, if you continue, I think inevitably the YouTube algorithm, if you continue to do better, you will do better, right. And that includes getting monetized and making more money. But just try not to focus on the numbers, though, because like you said, you do have to care about what you do.
Right.
You have to actually like what you're talking about, because truth be told, straight up, like, we both come from a background of video production and photography, right? And we know most of this stuff, right? We know the camera stuff, we know the lighting, the audio stuff, and I can't imagine if I didn't, because you would lose motivation so fast, because just this part could be overwhelming.
Right.
Just knowing the cameras could be overwhelming, not let alone just what happens to you in life.
Right.
We both work full-time jobs, we got other stuff going on, and it's like you still have to find time to do. So you do have to care. But dang, it's a lot of contradictions here, because the next point I'm making is, I feel like, though, especially in what we do, passion is overrated. I feel like
we've argued about this over the last couple of years since we've been more in this business mindset, and I've been passion is key, and you've been more money is key, and we've clashed a couple of times.
We probably have. And now I'm coming back to thinking like, damn, I just want to have fun,
right.
Like the money it's annoying,
But to what you just said, like, I'm going back thinking like, damn, I should have been, sorry for cussing, but I should have been more like business focused and just focus on the product instead of, let's just have fun and we got cameras and let's just go do this.
You'll see now that you monetize, you see it. You know what I mean. Okay. It's out there now. But yeah, once you get monetized again, you'll see it, because you'll see the numbers and you'll be like, I can't keep talking about this. I'm not making no money. And that video took me 20 hours to make, like. This one video took me 5 hours to make, and I made 10 times as much money. It's like, and we all work jobs we don't want to continue to work for the rest of our lives. So wouldn't you rather do this than work your job? So, you're probably going to do the one that make you money.
Right.
So.
To that, I say, also depends on your mindset and your goals, but no, I do agree.
It does, man. That's why everybody's path is different, but. Just in the beginning, I think that was the point that I wrote. Trying to focus on the numbers. Just try to enjoy it. Find something you can be in the middle of ground about. Right. Something something that you're a subject matter. I hate using that term, but subject matter expert. That you at least know more than the next person. I mean, you know more than the average person. You don't have to be an expert, but at least you just know a little bit, and you like learning more information about this particular subject, and something you can actually make a little bit of money off of. If you can make those two things mix, then I think you'll be okay. Don't overthink it. Find something you actually like to do. Yeah. Don't focus on the numbers, and just understanding that, hey, this is going to take a little time,
Yeah.
Don't think you stop looking. I think that's the social media age, man. It's created where we're always looking at other people. We're always comparing ourselves, and comparison is the thief of happiness. So it's like we're constantly looking at
keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, this person started their channel 6 months ago and they're already monetized, and I've been doing it for 2 years, and it's like, well, they're different. You're two different people. It doesn't mean you don't have an audience. Doesn't mean that you can't do it even better than the other person. It just you gotta stay focused on yourself. Especially if you don't have the right mindset, a strong enough mindset. if you know looking outside is gonna deter you from your goals, don't look outside.
No, I get that. I get that.
Because you're gonna mess yourself up. Just stay focused. But to others, people can have them. They can go look and be like, "Oh, that's a great idea. I'm gonna use that for mine." A different person will look at the same situation and be like, "Oh, I can't do that. I should just give up." It's like, so if you have to know yourself. If you know you can't do that, just stay focused. But if you can, it is a good idea to watch other channels. I was watching. Dang, man, I hate to using someone's information without quoting them, but I went to some summit and there was a podcast summit and there was a group of guys that have a successful podcast. They called it their North Star, your North Star channel, like a channel that you kind of not copy but look up to. You know what I mean? You kind of
a guiding light.
A guiding light. You know, you get your ideas from them. You're like, okay, this is how they do their thumbnails. I'm not saying copy them, but they're like, take the ideas that they have. You know what I mean? Like, okay, they a lot of the channel that I want to be like, let's if you just pick a channel. That channel I want to be like, they use bright lighting. They don't use dark, moody lighting and doesn't look all super filmy and stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, trying to just kind of look like them, you know what I mean? Or mimic some of the things that they do to get inspiration from. It's not about copying them. Trust me, and I know for a fact, copying another channel is not the cheat code to success.
It is not.
You actually look bad. Yeah. I've learned that on my channel. If anybody's paid attention to my channel, I'm copying other channels I see, and it's like it just first off, you feel bad, and then it doesn't even work for you. It's like you have to find your own lane. You know?
That's why, and we've argued about this again behind the camera so many times. Why I've argued the passion thing so much, because if you're doing something that you're passionate about, that you are knowledgeable about, you're not going to worry about what other channels are doing per se.
I know it lessens it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like going back to that passion thing, like it's gonna show, especially like if you are in front of the camera on your channel, that passion is gonna show, that genuinosity, that you're gonna appear to be more genuine on camera if you are passionate about what you're talking about versus you forcing yourself to talk about a certain subject.
I feel.
Thank you for calling me out on my pronunciation.
I would have felt bad. I just had to say, you're good. Don't worry about it. My bad.
Fine. Hey, the point of this is that we are also content creators, and we are not perfect. We are
not perfect.
Just learning as we go along.
Learning the English language. We're learning it as we go. Not just content creation.
Yes.
Okay.
I am 37 years old, and I am still learning English as my first and only language. Not my only, but my first. You think I was mastered that one by now? Genuinosity.
Oh my goodness, good. That's a new one, man. All right, moving on. Last point, man. Last major point.
Hey, that's your cold opener right there.
That's the cold freaking opener. Things we wish we knew before starting a YouTube channel. Just some things we wish we knew before we started. For me, how long things would take. You know.
Yes, this is a time-consuming process.
Yes, even though we just talked about it, but it still takes time, you know. And we're old. We're not old, but we're older guys, and probably the average person that's interested in getting in YouTube, which is probably younger. You know what I mean? But maybe high school.
I wouldn't say
college.
that. I've seen a lot of people of varying ages just get into content creation. Just
no doubt. But honestly, most people our age have probably got families. They working 9 to 5. They ain't got time to do. I'm not saying there aren't, but I'm just saying this is like a dream for a lot of high schoolers.
I wouldn't say that because we are millennials.
We are.
We are the generation.
Maybe I'm selling ourselves short.
This.
My bad. You're right.
If we were like Gen Xers or something like that, I'll get what you're saying. But we're millennials. We created this. We did start the digital era.
You're right. We did start this. You're right. Millennials started this.
We're almost in our 40s and we're still doing this. We ain't gave up yet. Although some 21-year-olds going like, I started my YouTube channel yesterday. I'm already at 10 million subscribers.
I know, right?
And all he's doing is some stupid dance.
Yep.
With one video. I swear to God, I've seen like monetized channels, one video just like went up, blew up.
Yeah, like, that's how it works, man. You're one video away, as the gurus say. But yeah, just how long things take. How about that's the point? How long things take. And we talked about this, determining what success looks like for you.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Figure out what success looks like for you before you even get started. You got to know, like, is monetization successful? Is replacing my job what success is for me? My job's income is being bigger than Mr. Beast. My goal. Whatever that is, you have to set that. Like, determine what your goals are.
So, what are your goals? What does success?
That's a great
look like
question.
For the content Bebop?
That's a great question, which I don't have an answer for. I did. I am a true student of just do it and figure it out as you go.
How's that working out for you?
It's working because I'm here. We doing it, and I still am debating on changing the day.
I know.
Still debating on changing the content because I like what I'm doing, man. But I'm trying to see past this moment, and I'm like, I just can't. Realistically, I can't just keep bringing people here because right now I'm shooting out of my house. I can't keep bringing people here because right now I've known everybody that's come through, like most people anyway. It's probably like one or two I just don't know. But most people I know, But when I get as things grow, I can't keep calling the same people. I got to reach out, meet new people. I can't have them come here.
Yeah, how many episodes have I been on? I'm your most visited guest.
Oh, most definitely, and that's fine with me as long as we aren't talking about the same exact thing. That's cool with me. Because a lot of podcasts have reoccurring people. You know what I mean? So that's why at first I was like, I keep bringing the same dude. But as long as we talking about something different, who cares?
Yeah, I think we haven't too many times talked about the same subject.
I don't think so. I think, we got a lot to talk about. We just our problem is just getting on the same page of being here, and doing it. Look, I work overnight, right? Me too. I'm tired right now.
We don't even work overnight on the same days, which makes that worse.
I know. That's because you called at 8 in the morning one night. I was like, dude, I'm asleep. I'm not up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I had just got off of work.
I am definitely not. I am not doing it when I get off work. I need to go to sleep first.
But I do when I get off work because I'm like, once I get in the house and look at the bed, that's a wrap.
I'm looking at the bed.
As long as I stay up,
I'm thinking about the bed when I'm at work. So it's a wrap for me getting off work.
Okay, all right. We just different.
We are different, man. I'm tired.
I gotta stay active in order for me to because once I'm at home, I get comfortable, take them shoes off, and take my hat off, and I'm like, all right, I'm at home, and it's a wrap. It
is a wrap. I'm doing that as I walk through the door. Everything, I'm going to the bed.
I'm not doing anything until I have to get up and go to work in 11 hours. So, but yeah,
focusing on one type of video.
Yes,
I think you brought that up.
I did.
Setting expectations for the viewer. I think that's how you word it. Yeah.
When you're building a brand and when you are trying to build a community that's going to be engaging and active and leave more than great video on your comments, limit the options. I know you want to do this and that and the third, but the one thing I know we said don't compare yourself to other YouTube channels, but try not to. But the one thing you can learn from other bigger YouTube channels is they all got success because they focus on that one type of video that they do. If you're Emergency Awesome, you did review videos for the longest time. Then you start doing breakdown videos and top 10 videos. If you are I'm just naming YouTubers off the top of my head, Cinema Sins, they start out by just doing sins of movies, and then they did TV sins, and then music videos,
video game sins. They got video game sins. I'm pretty sure. Okay. I've seen them. I don't watch the channel, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them.
I kind of just see them every now and then. I don't watch them habitually anymore.
Right.
Over analyzing Avatar. I know it's a channel you don't know about.
I don't know that one.
It's just a pop culture channel. That channel is only dedicated to talking about one specific TV show and every single episode of that series. That's all they've been doing for the last 3 years is talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender and that franchise. They make one video where they just overanalyze each episode, and dude has grown.
What's it called?
Overanalyzing Avatar.
All right, man. We came to the end. You got anything else?
Make sure. I do. Surround yourself around people who are doing similar things that you are doing.
That's the biggest tip that we didn't even mention. Yes.
Right. Surround yourself around if you are a content creator, surround yourself with other content creators because you're going to have similar issues. Y'all have similar struggles, and y'all be able to help each other out. Don't surround yourself, not saying don't, but surround yourself around the people who are going to help you be passionate and help motivate you around the things and the goals that you are trying to do. We're both content creators. You got me in the cameras, you got me in the photography, you got me in the video. We started channels together, and now we're doing our own thing, and I think it's been working out.
That is the biggest tip. Not forget, but if you don't take anything else away from, if you've listened to all this so far and you're interested in starting your new YouTube channel, understand that you have to surround yourself with people that have similar mindsets and similar goals, because you don't want to be around your friend that can't think big and he's just flipping burgers at McDonald's, we always use that as the poor base example, right? But whatever, he could be a dude he could be the CEO of a company doing something else. If he's not a YouTuber like you trying to be successful on YouTube, then
they're not going to get your struggles.
They're not,
wasting your time, and you're not going to have a support nest to fall back on and people to talk to. I've met a lot of really cool and interesting content creators who do all types of content on all types of platforms that are like very quickly becoming like my favorite people on earth, just because they help motivate me. They help, like I'm going through this demonetization thing. I've gotten nothing but positive feedback from everybody who knows what I'm going through, especially the other content creators. Like, I literally almost deleted my channel that night, and if it wasn't like you and like a bunch of other content creators, I wouldn't have a channel right now. I know. I went down the dark path. I was at work.
Dark as hell.
Stuff was going on at work, and I was like, the only thing keeping me happy is looking at this number go up, and then I got the email, and then I went back and refreshed, and it was all gone. And then something happened at work, and then some other dude started cussing out, and it was like, oh, this station's in black, and somebody else was back there, I'm missing a promo, and I'm just like...
That's not funny, but dang, that can make you feel bad, but don't delete the channel, jeesh.
It was just right there on the desk, delete button, I'm just like... 3 years of my goddamn life wasted.
That is, no, man, that's a whole nother conversation, but we talked about there are other ways to keep going.
I know.
Whew, I'm glad you didn't do that, man. What the heck? Which, not moving on, because we are coming to a close, but it reminded me of something we talked about before we even started, and it was like joining Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Of like-minded content, like content creator Facebook groups or just whatever group, but Facebook groups is what I use a lot. And I think you've talked about it, you use them. Yeah, just being in those groups, but you gotta be careful. A lot of them are
traps, scams.
Yes,
scammers.
A lot of them are really bad on Facebook, but there are some good ones though, and don't be afraid to pay for a good one. Like, don't go crazy, but a little money,
Yeah,
because I think in this day and age, a lot of times you do end up having to pay for the good stuff. There's so much free stuff out there that if you can find it, great, but if you can find a good one, just try to find you a good one, man. Because there's good people in there that are going through what you're going through.
Right.
Make those your friends. If you lonely and ain't got, make them your friends. Forget the people that ain't got the same goal as you. Because their advice is going to be bad. They're going to try to deter you all the time from finishing. Like, do not hang out with those people. Do not let, or don't let them just, it's fine. Because I got plenty of friends that don't have the same goal. But it's just about having a fortitude of your mind of not letting them like deter you from your goal. It's like, it's funny to laugh with them like, hey, you still doing that YouTube thing? Like, man, shut up. But don't let it deep down be like, oh, I should stop doing it. No, just take that joke and keep it moving. They're your friends, but we just got different goals.
I think I can't take a joke.
I was gonna say, if you're not that person, because we're artists. We talk about that. We're artists, so we are sensitive to our stuff, right?
Yeah.
But if you can't take that, then don't tell people. Don't even tell people.
Explaining it, I'm like, I don't think I'm the type of person that can take a joke anymore, or I ever was. Shit. All right.
If you're not, then don't limit how much time you spend with other people. But if you got the fortitude, you can keep those friends. But just be careful. I'm rambling, but be careful with who you keep around you.
Right.
That's the point.
Getting back to the subject of being on Facebook groups and things like that. So there are a ton of subreddits, Facebook groups, TikTok groups, X groups, or Twitter groups. I prefer Twitter.
I agree.
Instagram groups where you can get on and they say sub for sub or follow me and I'll give you 200 subscribers. Do not do that. That will sub for sub kills your channel, because this is what happens.
Yeah,
this is always what happens unless you find a few cool people that actually are thinking they're doing it for the right reasons. They'll subscribe to your channel. They'll like a video or two, and then as soon as you subscribe to their channel and do what their requirements are, watch 5 minutes of their videos or whatever, like X amount of videos, they will unsubscribe to you, and you are stuck with them on your algorithm and their crappy videos coming up. And
that's a fact. No, that's true. So I would avoid it unless it's like a friend, like somebody you actually know.
Yeah, unless it's somebody you actually know, and that is a subject for its own
video. But strangers online,
don't trust them.
Don't do it. Plus, YouTube frowns on it. They don't want you doing it.
Right.
So you can get your channel messed up. So don't do it.
Anybody's saying, they can help audit your channel or help you even with graphic design stuff. Don't do it. Like, don't do it. And I hate to sound like this. If the name sounds funny,
let's just leave it at that.
If you can't read the name,
just believe it at that. Yep.
Just leave it at that.
We ain't gonna call no specific subgroups out. But if the name looks funny, I'm not saying it's just be a caution. That's all, because there are good people from other countries and things.
There are,
but in my experience, the scammers outweigh the good ones. I'm gonna be honest with you.
If you are in a group, you can, and you see certain posts by certain people, you can like click on their profile and see all their posts. And if you see all their posts are 200 for this, or sub for sub, or drop your YouTube link and I'll give you organic promotion. Don't do that one. That's the worst, because then you're gonna get a bunch of spam messages in your inboxes. Don't do that one.
Yep.
That one's the scam. And then they will argue with you. Those are the people that will argue with you. They will go to your channel and call you out because you don't want to pay for their services and stuff. Just don't even do it.
Yep. I've seen all these things.
That has happened to me.
Oh, really?
Yes. Got into an argument with one of the messages in the spam section of my messenger. And
how you get into argument with a spam message? You should know better than to be going back and forth with
this. Was back when I started trying to take the YouTube channel seriously, and I'm not gonna lie, I did do sub for like the first.
I tried it one time, and that's how I knew it was fake. Cause I was like, because my subscribers are so low that I was like, I gained one. He did it. Then it went down one. I was like, he took it back.
But the thing is, as soon as I start focusing on making better content, which is probably the real tip of this whole video.
It is.
Just focus on making better content. The sooner you do that, the better your channel will be, because making better content will bring in more organic audiences. It will bring in more engagement, more likes, and you will start building a brand. Sub for sub is just a number that go up, it'll go down.
That is true.
But the thing that will help grow your channel is having consistent engagement, having content that people want to watch. People don't seem to understand that one. Like, just make better content. Make stuff that people want to watch.
Yes.
People don't want to watch you doing X, Y, and Z, just sitting there floating head videos.
Yes.
Put some effort into the content.
Would you watch it? Watch your video back when you're done with it. It's done editing before you upload to YouTube. Just watch it on your movie player. Just click.
Yeah.
Click play.
If it doesn't interest you, it's not going to interest nobody else.
Yeah, and then that might be tricky because people love seeing themselves. So give it to a stranger or give it to a friend or associate and have them just watch the first 30 seconds. Hey, would you watch this?
Give it to your enemy.
Because if they watch it, give it to your enemy.
But your enemy will be, and I say enemy, but
I know what you mean. Yeah.
They will be the most honest and most critical.
Yeah. And keep an honest friend with you.
Yeah. People
hate honest friends, but keep an honest friend with you.
Yeah, keep an honest friend with you. They will give you the best feedback.
They will.
It's gonna be hurt to hear, but it's gonna help you in the long run. There's things you have told me that I wish I did from day one that I was like, damn, I'm doing it now, and like I don't want to say he's right.
Yeah, no, I think I got friends too. Like people don't. I'm the honest friend. People don't like me because I keep it honest. I'm not trying to hurt you, but if I see it wrong, I'm gonna say something.
I appreciate your honesty.
I appreciate it, but I have honest friends too. No doubt that comes with the honest.
Yeah,
I'd rather just be honest than to be
lying
to people because I used to lie to people. But I'm like, that it just hurts me lying to people. So let me just be honest. But yeah, keep an honest friend. I know people don't like the honest friends, but keep one and ask that person to watch it. And would they watch it? Yes or no? And make sure they're the right person. You know what I mean? If you can help that, because you can't control who your honest friend is sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you're doing videos about barbecuing, I'm just using an example. But if you have a niche where you're barbecuing and this person never barbecued in their life, they're probably not going to be interested in anything you make. So they probably wouldn't be the best person to show. But you know what I mean? If you can find somebody that's somewhat interested in your topic and ask them to watch it, hey, what do you like? What do you don't like?
Right.
Go from there. That's what making better content is. Because I know everybody says it. But what is making better content? It's would someone watch it?
Right.
especially the first 30 seconds or so.
Yeah.
First 90 seconds, I say. 90 seconds.
I learned that one the hard way recently too. All those MomoCon videos and that long 30-second.
Hey man, I was debating on telling you, but I was like, he's the same song, the same 30 long intro. Like, get to it.
But like, not only you said something about it, somebody else said something about it, and they made me pull up my YouTube Studios algorithm and watch the retention time. 4 seconds in, and I was like, all right. Now I got an intro that's 10 seconds, and it's not so lame, or at least I don't know. But
it shouldn't even be an intro. I would cut it out.
I'm debating that. That again, all this is probably like a topic for another podcast.
It is
like, how do you actually run your YouTube channel, and like how do you want to put intros in it? You want to put cold openers and stuff? We was talking about that before.
Yeah, we were.
What about outros? We should definitely have that as another topic.
Intros and outros?
No, just how to run your YouTube channel.
Oh,
the actual logistics of running your YouTube channel.
Yeah, we definitely should. Yeah. But on that note, I think we done, right? We good?
I don't have anything else to add.
All right, we done. I think we as we kept talking, I was like, "There's more stuff we could bring up," but we over an hour.
It is.
Is
it?
Yeah,
we just been talking. I kind of lost track of time.
I know, but I see the timer right here.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for watching.